Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Caitlin and today I'm going to be doing a Halloween scrunchie set. I got this set of fabrics from the range. I thought they were pretty cute. I cannot remember the price, but if I can find it online I will link it in the description. And I'm just going to make some scrunchies. So our options are this one, purple cobwebs, just plain stripes, another one that's just like this, and spooky bats and trees. So I'm going to be doing these 4 designs. I'm not going to duplicate the one design there. I'm just going to do each of these and see how they turn out. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is cutting the fabrics. So I have my fabric scissors here ready to go. So these are fat quarters. You can pick them up so you get a selection of different fabrics in a bundle, and it works better for me because I don't sell a huge amount of scrunchies. If I was to buy a meter of one piece of fabric, it can be quite costly, but whereas this I get a couple of different patterns for a small price. So I'm going to start by cutting these and I will lay the fabric out. I usually make 4 scrunchies of each fabric, and because it's been folded into 4 pieces I just cut along the folds there and I don't measure them, but if you want to measure them you can do. It's absolutely fine. Now I have my pieces of fabric. What I normally do is I just take the time to lay them out here and fold them in half. So I'm going to run all of these through the sewing machine so that they are inside out, and I will run the sewing machine along the edge here to make a loop. And I just like to do mine so that I continuously run each piece through, so I just line them all up and get them ready to just push straight through without any sort of, unnecessary pauses. Okay, I have a row lined up fabric here and I'm gonna get to sewing it. You don't have to do this step here if you don't want to. You might find it easier just to run them in one at a time and cut the ends of the string. I just find it's quicker for me, but that's just my experience. You see here how I haven't actually sewn any of the pieces of fabric together. There's still, string between them. It's just so that I don't have to stop every time I get a new sheet. So now I just separate all of those. I'm going to show you the next step up close. You see now I've got my fabric like this. If you turn it inside out, that's the proper side of the fabric. Still with my fabric inside out, I want to fold the top piece here in like this. This is called the burrito method. So all I'm doing here, got my piece of fabric, folding that top part in like this so it's inside there, and then all I'm doing is taking these 2 edge parts like that. I'm gonna sew this inside itself, so as I'm going along the seam I'll be able to pull this through And what I've done is leave a little hole here so that later on I can pull out the inside and turn it the right way around. So that's my little burrito. Okay, now I have all of my burritos. The next step is for me to turn these inside out, and I'm going to just do a quick spot check and make sure I haven't got any holes in my scrunchies. Okay, here I have all of my scrunchies ready to have the elastic put through them. There was one that didn't, I don't quite know what happened here, but I think one of the threads have broken or something, but I'm gonna rip the seam on all of this and do that one again later. The next step is my favourite, which is doing the elastics. So I use this, which is called a bodkin, and this will help me thread the elastics through all my scrunchies. Okay, so I've threaded all my elastics through, as you can see. The next step is going to be to sew these elastic bits together here like this, and I'm going to do that by just running it all through the machine. Again, I'm not going to be cutting it in between each scrunchie, I'm just going to run all of them through the machine. Here I have all of my elastics sewn together now, and the last step is to take all of the elastics, tuck them all inside, and then sew the hole shut. Usually at this point I would start picking out the different colours of string that I'm going to use to sew the hole, because I don't want you to see the seam. But in this case, for the most part, this is just going to be white, so I'm not going to change the string colour, except for these purple ones where I'm going to use purple. Also, is it just me or is this giving anybody else Buzz Lightyear vibes? I don't know. Definitely kind of looks like Buzz Lightyear. All of them are sewn up now, so the final part is just cutting off all these excess threads and fluffing my scrunchies out. You can still see the seam there, but it's barely visible, you won't notice it. And you can actually just turn it the other way like this, and the seam is actually now on the inside. And there we have a scrunchie. So here I have all of my scrunchies finished. I think they turned out really well. I still think this one weirdly looks like Buzz Lightyear style, but anyway, that's fine. It's still kind of spooky. My favourite's probably the cobweb one, but I also like these bat one as well. Let me know what you think in the comments. I do have another video which is more in depth of how to make a scrunchie, so I'll link that in the description as well if anybody wanted to check that out. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you have any suggestions for any future videos, please let me know. And thank you very much for watching.